Hello, Jill. Good morning. Good afternoon, Andre.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. And how are you, Jill, this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Nice here. Gonna be
Good.
a pretty
Is the
day.
sun?
It's
Yes.
not out yet, but yesterday it was 60 degrees. It was really, really nice weather here yesterday.
Good.
So we're
Good.
looking
Good
forward
to
to that
hear.
today too.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
How about you?
Today was a sunny day, and now it's about the sun is about to set, and there's a new weather. A new system is coming, maybe a storm and rain. But it was such a beautiful day,
Oh,
and it was really pleasant, almost spring.
oh, great.
So, yes, thank you so much. Jill, do you have a good sound from us? Is it the sound comes well?
Yes, you're very clear.
Good, good. So, do you have questions or impressions or things that you would like to share with us before we start?
Um, no, I don't. I I don't this morning. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Just asking if something is in the front, like to take it and to clear. So, if there isn't, we can move to the whiteboard and read. If you have it open.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's approach the text in a second, and then we shall move to the paintings. Yes, here. Make it bigger. Letters here. Also for people on YouTube, is the other letters are clear enough?
Yes, they are.
Good.
Okay. When shalt thou besiege a city a long time, in making war against it to take it? Thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by wielding an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, but thou shalt not cut them down, for it is the tree of the field of man, that it should be besieged of thee.
Thank you. What is this? This idea which is hiding behind those words. It seems that this is advice, yes, for men at war. Let's take it like simple, and people read this literally. What is the first draft of reading?
Um, they're talking about taking over a city
Yes.
and then starting a war against it.
Mhm. Let's say there's one army, let's call it A, sieging a city. There's a city surrounded even by a wall, and army is like sieging the city. And sometimes the city is falling because they cannot hold without food or water. So, what is the advice here for the army that finally has an access to the city? What is the advice? Let's take it very, very literally, not innerly, just how people would read the text. What is the advice that the Bible gives to the army which is approaching the sieged city? If they see a tree, how to relate to it? Let's say the army soldier uh, comes into town and sees a tree. What should he do? What is the
Well,
advice here?
not to cut the tree down or kill the tree,
Yes, and what is the reason for this? What does the Bible say here?
because there's a benefit to keeping the tree um, alive.
Yes, yes. Because it's a if there's a tree here that gives fruits and people can survive from eating the fruits of the tree, it's better, or the advice is not to take the tree because people can live from the fruit. This is like literal reading of the text. Let's say there is like we know now in the modern life, there's a codex of human behavior or soldiers in battle, because what happens is during the storm of battle, the soldiers are so keen to occupy the next destination. And with the rage, so to speak, or with the adrenaline of war, they are capable of doing many things, which in the fire of war they can do. But after contemplating, maybe those are not really good deeds or steps to go uh, for. So the advice here, if people are already in a situation of a war and the city is falling and the army or the sieging army is approaching the city, if you see a tree that makes fruit, don't take the tree, because this tree can help people while they're siege. This is a literal meaning. But there's another reading of the text. And first, before we read the inner reading, I would like to invite here or to greet the friends which are staying here. We have Charles is here. Good afternoon. Fernando, good morning. And I think that Karen is here also and a new listener as well. So good
Good
morning.
afternoon, Terry.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine. Nice to hear you. How do you feel this morning?
Um, I'm a bit better. I'm a bit better. And you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Is it cold now in England? Is it like snowing at the moment?
Nah, there's no snow, but it's cold.
It's very cold.
Yeah.
So I hope that soon you'll have a better weather.
Yeah, soon we hope so.
So it's nice to hear your voice, and I would like also to relate during this session into one of your remarks, which I remembered, and they helped me a lot. So I hope that I have the time to relate to this too. So thank you for coming and being with us today here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I wish that you will feel better. All of us wish that you will feel better and you have easygoing.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, good morning, Karen. Good morning, Fernando. And do you
Good
have a sound
morning.
from us? Good morning. How are you, Karen?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good. I hear birds. It's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I would like to go into the inner reading. What does it mean to siege a city? And if the man is the tree of the field, and now let's don't think about external war when certain army goes into another city and tries to occupy it. Let's think about the war which is happening inside of us. If there's a war inside of one person, he has like a conflict between two notions in himself. What is the advice that the Bible gives us? If in our inner conflict we notice a tree which will give fruit and people could eat from its fruit, we should not take the tree off. Do we understand this inner reading? It's not external war like between territories. Let's say now there's a sense of maybe a conflict in Europe, Ukraine, and so it's not about this. It's not about an external war, but it's a situation inside of us. There are moments during the day, it depends, that there's like a battle inside of us. And the advice is if we noticed that there is an element in us that has the potential to have fruit one day that can nourish humans, we should not kill this element inside of us. This element can be also a dream. Anything, any aspect in us that can revive us or others, we should not take off. We should not kill. We should not diminish because it's a seed for a future. Is this clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Now let's move here to this painting here on the right. Right. Second, there's a voyage that we are doing here. Okay. Here. I'll get a bit focus on this. This is a Nordic. I'll move it because I would like us to focus only on this. This is a Nordic painting from the 17th century. This painting shows the tree of life. One second, I would like to locate it in the middle of the screen that everybody could see and we could have a discussion about it. So, who would like to describe how the painter perceives the tree of life? What do we see here? Who would like to speak about this painting?
I can speak about what I see. Um,
Yes.
I see a bird at the top of the tree, but then I
Mm-hmm.
see a lot of small animals that seem to be trying to crawl up the sides of the tree. Um, and they're like stepping on the flower portions, but then the bird is at the top of the leaf portion of the tree.
So, the tree of life here, according to the artist, is a source of life to birds and to animals. Is this right? This is how the artist sees in his mind the tree of life or the essence of the tree of life, that the tree of life can grant life to all forms of life.
Yes, that's what I see as well.
What is the notion that you get from the animals that have like four legs? What is their motion towards which direction?
And they're moving up the tree.
Up the tree. The
Yeah, they're like
four.
yeah, climbing up the tree. It looks like they're trying to get up where the bird is at the top.
Yes, that's true. The four climb up, so to speak, to the one. This is very good impression. And before we move to another painting, do you have idea that you would like to share with us regarding looking at this painting before we move on?
I have a question about the bottom of the painting.
Yes, I'll move it that also people on YouTube will be able to see. 1 second. Thank you, Jill, for focusing on this part. 1 second. Second. I hope that I will catch it. Right. Yes.
I was
Here.
just wondering
Yes.
about the animal that was under the tree. Um, if he was, is he under the tree or if he's getting ready to go up the tree? I guess I was just trying to figure that out.
Is he under the tree or?
Yeah, or if he's like getting ready to climb up the tree. It seems like he's under the tree or maybe he's a shadow. I'm not really sure.
Mhm. So let's ask the friends. What is your impression?
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing fine. I actually can't see the painting. I don't know how to see that painting and where it is.
Can you share with us your name, please? Hello? Did you hear us?
Well, you can call me Knob.
So we shall call you Nob. Good morning. Is it morning where you are at the moment?
No, it's not morning. It's 7:45 p.m. and the sun has set. And I was listening to your expression about the tree, and I feel very interested in your thought. And you said that if there is a tree, like is something which has the potential for our future growth, and we see
Yes.
that tree in conflict, then we should preserve it. But I can't
Yes.
see the painting because I don't know where it is.
1 second, 1 second. You mean the current painting that Jill was speaking about?
Yes, exactly.
This is a Nordic art from the 17th century. Nordic means North European, Scandinavian art. This is the painting that Jill was presenting to
Uh,
us.
may I think he's talking about he's not able to see it because I think because it's on YouTube. So you'd have to have another
Oh, so
device and check it
and on
on
YouTube
YouTube.
you don't have a clear how do you say, a clear screen on YouTube? You're not able to see the. Okay, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe Felipe would like to share with us, or Fernando.
If you can show that painting on Twitter, that would be easier because when I go to YouTube, I can't see that, and I don't know why.
Okay, okay. So soon. Thank you so much. We shall do it. Okay, as soon as possible. We shall send it to Twitter. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Felipe, Fernando, Charles, do you have access to the painting? Would you like to share with us your impressions, or people from YouTube?
I don't know. In the middle of the tree, are they fruits? Something which is round inside the
Yes,
tree.
yes. It's not clear. We are all of us looking at the same painting, and we're trying in a way to perceive what does the artist wants to express. So it might be the potential. And this is very beautiful what you say, because in the tree of life, in the potential, the fruit already exists. In the tree of knowledge, and I will open this, it's a very nice comment, and of course we should also try to answer Jill questions. And so, 1 second, I'll make it here. It's that the tree of knowledge, first of all, before, it's a very good question, but I have to make forward, Charles, to answer both questions. I would like to focus just in the word etz in Hebrew, that we shall see. Also, Weinrib speak about it. Etz. Etz is a tree. Now, let's look into the value of etz tree. Ain is 70. Tzadi is 90. Together, they make 160. Now, if we put the 0 outside, what is the square root of 16?
4.
4. So, according to this mathematics, what does the word tree reflect in English? If 1 is the origin, what is 4?
The
What is
extreme,
4?
the extreme
Yes,
development.
the
The
extreme
multiplication.
development. Yes, Charles?
The multiplication.
Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good.
And Shalom, Etienne, friends. Good
Shalom.
evening, good morning. I was thinking that 16 is also the tetragrammaton without the yod, without
Excellent,
potential.
excellent, excellent. You remind me of a letter that I wrote to the professor in the Hebrew University. 1 second, it's about that. Okay, let's make a drawing about that. Felipe says that 16 is the value of the letter Yod. 1 second, I'll move it onto the name. The value without, okay, this is 6, 10, and 10. And Felipe was saying that 16 is the value of the Vav and the 10. Yes, Felipe? Without from there. Yes? Is that what you meant?
Yes, I was thinking in the tetragrammaton, but it's beautiful to see the resume, the synthesis in the Aleph also. So yes.
Okay, so I will make the tetragrammaton as you requested, as you, 1 second. This is 16. And Felipe was expressing it with the tetragrammaton. When those are 16. 5, 6, 5. Those are 16. And this is 10. The potential covenant is 10. This is what you meant?
Yes, it.
So this is interesting because if we look into this kind of one, and we take from this the root. Maybe I'll write it in a different color. I would like to see the thinking in all dimensions. This is why I do this, that you will think from different angles, that all of us will think from different angles. So this is the 16. And from this, we take the root. And this is 4. Development, in a way, is the field here. This is the development here. This is the field of development. Or, according to the letters and what Felipe described, here. This is the field of the development. Here. Because the root of 16 is again 4. The root of 16 is again 4. So it helps a lot to see how the thought translates. I mean, it's the same mathematics, but here Felipe express it here through the letters of the tetragrammaton, and here the same mathematical principle comes through the letter Aleph. It's a different form of an expression, but the mathematic here is pure. Why do we learn all of this? Why do I present this kind of thinking? Because all the laws, all the legends, the Zohar writings in Aramaic or in Hebrew, everything is based on the mathematics. And sometimes to understand the laws, and sometimes when people are reading the laws or the Bible, they say, oh, it's a legend, it's like a hallucination, it cannot be. No, because they cannot decode the mathematics behind this creative thinking, they say it's nonsense. But it is very pure. Do you understand this kind of thinking?
Yes.
The origin of this thinking, is a square root. This even the way of speaking, like framing it, the square root comes from Arabic, because they brought with them the mathematics into Europe, this kind of thinking. They found out in Arabic what is the relation between the root of a plant and its leaf. Let's say, let's make it in, okay, let's do it like this. They say maybe this is ground, this is the root. It's under the ground. And here, let's say there's kind of a leaf. So they found that there is a relation of 1 to 4 between the root, which is hidden under the ground, and the expression of its leaf. This is the relation of 1 to 4. or they express this in Arabic, the square root. Square. Why do we say square root? This is the root. Under the ground, the root is always hidden. Questions so far?
Just to understand better it, this discovering of this Arabic discovering, it was related in a way. What was this relation 1 to 4? It was about the size of the tree or something like that, or not?
They wanted to see what is the relation between, if you take, let's say, a plant, general plant at home or in the garden or in an open field. This was their theme of thinking. They were people of the field. So they saw a field, and suddenly you see, like here, like there's a plant. Let's make it like this. And they were asking themselves, what is the relation between the growth, the appearance of the leaf, and its potential, which is hidden under the ground? Do you understand? There's also explanation, detailed explanation of the mathematics in Wikipedia. I can bring it later to Slack. But you understand the question that they ask themselves?
Yes. It is interesting because last week we were talking about a concept. I don't know exactly who. It's I guess it is a traditional concept about the root being like it was about the constitution of man, and I'll try to be accurate, but it's like the social life and the wealth and the development of external man. It's like the leaves of the tree and all the body of the tree, and the fate of man is related to the roots. Like if you have a big tree, if you are a big tree with large prominence, and you do not have the roots of faith to support you, you certainly will fall at the first wind. And it makes me think about this. And the fruit of the trees would be like the work of man, like what we do to the future generations, what we the seeds we let for the future. But it's interesting because the root, the potential in a way is the fate of human. This is what keep us firm in the ground. And I thought it was beautiful way to see it. And because often I think about this yod, this potential, just as the thought as the spirit in a way, but in the realm of thinking, I guess. But to think about this potential, this first yod, this root of human being as the realm of faith, it was really beautiful. It was really, really touching to me.
Yes. Yes, and our faith is, in a way, it's the nature of faith is that it's not revealed.
Yes. It cannot be grasped. It
Yes,
cannot be touched.
yes, yes, it's so inner. Yes,
Thank you, Eti.
okay.
And it took my attention about the animals that the animal that is in the root in the picture. I
Yes,
thought about Nahash, or meaning that the root is like I don't know, but it makes me think about the serpent.
yes. So if this is the serpent that is in the root of the tree of life, what is the meaning of it? So the question is, where does the serpent take its nourishment? From where the serpent take its nourishment, according to this painting?
Does he take his nourishment from the tree because he has all the colors? He has all the colors of the tree.
Yes, he nourishes. Yes, yes, this is true.
And the tree of life cannot die, right?
Yes, he
It cannot.
cannot. No, no,
It can
because
nourish the serpent forever
yes, because the
without.
serpent. Yes, yes, this is this. It's beautiful, because serpent in Hebrew. Where is my 1 second? The board. Serpent in Hebrew, nahash. Serpent. 358. But also the word what in Hebrew has 358?
Mashiach.
Mashiach. Messiah. So the tree of life nourishes from one side the serpent. If it separates, it is the serpent. But if it's about the speech, if the speech that comes from human is separating things, it's the serpent speech. But if the speech that comes from humans unites people in love, this is the Messiah speech. Do we understand the both poles?
Yes.
This is, so to speak, the minus, the serpent. The Messiah is the positive pole. Let's say there's a person who writes poetry. His poetry is nourished by the tree of life, whether he writes the poetry or speak it. But also a person who tells gossip on the phone, he gets air in his lungs and has the ability to speak from the same source. Do you understand? This is also why a human, they have like split tongue. Gossip walker is nourished from the same source that a person who writes poetry. A poet will work with words, try to express or to paint. But people who speak gossip, they will use the same body of human, but to express negativity. They will use gossip or they go to war and kill other. Do you understand? It's the same human.
Yes.
Another perspective which I wanted to share with you is the Hebrew word as an image. The Hebrew word is an image, and I would like to move to another color. I hope we'll be able to do it. Look at the letters of the word it's. Look how they are built. Let's make it in a different, like something like that. Now think that the letters are brown. I don't have at the moment the color brown in my palette, but think that the letters are brown. Think about it, imagine. And look what happens. So the word for tree in Hebrew is not just random letters. If you notice, the letters, the way that we draw them is the image of the branches in a tree. Please look at it. There's like, how do you say, the branches, they have this, it looks like Ein, looks like a bit a letter Y. There's a split here. It's like the branches of the tree. And here, look, make it, look at the tree, take a walk and try to look at the tree and find the letters Ein and Sadi inside of the tree. Contemplate whenever you have time. Take a walk and see this. Oops. There's another branch, and there's another, the mother branch, and this is the trunk of the tree. And here we have the leaves, which are giving us, so to speak, the atmosphere or the blossom or the. Do you see that?
Yeah.
The word itself in Hebrew is the image. This is it. Questions?
What about the fact that the word tree is written with two letters, and we know that the the major part of, or I guess the major part of the Hebrew words is written with 3 letters.
Yeah.
And every time I see a 2 letters word, I think about this because we could imagine which letter would be a good companion to these two letters.
It's good that you mentioned this is a word of 2 letters. Let's look at the expression of the way the letters are shaped. This is one branch, second branch, third branch, 4 branch, and this is the trunk. The trunk here. Let's make it like this. This is the trunk. So you see, it's again 1 to 4. We have, like, how do you say, vertical lines. 1 vertical, 2 vertical, 3 vertical, 4 vertical. The
This is beautiful.
way, yes, the way the word is written without the mathematics.
And the one is above. It's not above. It's
Yes, yes, here's the, yes, yes, yes,
below the ground.
yeah.
It's interesting. Once I heard about the human being as a tree that have its roots on the sky, like an inverted tree.
Mm-hmm.
Like the root is being held in the shamayim.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if I could opposite this picture, it still would be right. And we have this idea in a way we manifested in William Blake painting here, but opposite. It's another mood. Excuse me. This is another mood. Yes. Why? This is another mood. And this is communicate to what you were saying, Felipe. This is the expulsion of man from the Garden of Eden. What do we see in this picture? Are you aware of this? Can you see this on the whiteboard? Do you see this open?
Yes. It
Yes.
looks like he's touching the top of his head with the rod, but it's at the very top of his head, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And the man, I think it's Adam, that's naked and bent over. It looks like his hands are in a prayer position on his face.
Mm-hmm. And which animal is portrayed next to Adam?
The horse.
The horse. How many legs the horse has?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 legs.
This is
Four.
this
Yes.
is really interesting. The 4 legs and uh, the right uh, front, the right front leg of the horse is united with the left foot of the man,
Yes. Yes.
making
So
one
we
to
have
four.
excellent, excellent, excellent. And so, on one hand, we see Adam's head. He is not lifting his head like a man with a spirit. His head is down like a chopped head. There's only manifestation of the body, and the body is undressed. And this body of Adam stands next to the horse. In his life, in the expulsion of the Garden of Eden, there's only development, naked development without spirit. This is why his head is down.
And he goes with Sus,
Mm-hmm.
the horse. It's this
Yes,
666.
666. This is from the New Testament, 666. Sus, horse, Sus. This is 666.
Only unrest.
Yes.
No Shabbat for you, my friend.
No. This is interesting because why this painting came into mind, because you said that you saw while looking at the tree, you said that once you saw a tree that it's being portrayed opposite. Yes, that the source is in the heavens. Second, the source, the root, so to speak, can't change the color, is in the heaven. And what we see here is in a way the opposite tree. Yes, what we see here is the four, or it's in opposite. I cannot like make it it's but opposite, like four lines, and the root is in the heaven. In the heavens, Shamayim. 1 second. Here. Shamayim, and here Ba'aretz, earth. We see the four. Our source is in the heavens. In the same manner, Adam, human, Adam, the Aleph, the unity, is in the heavens here. It's hidden. But in time and space, this is time and space, we have here in a way the multiplicity of Dam, which is 44, blood, like the development. What is hidden is our spiritual root. We're not aware to the fact that our root is spiritual. So there's a split. We can see the split, Aleph, the source, and Dam, blood, in a way in the painting of William Blake. A man without head, without the Aleph, and has 2 arms and 2 legs, 4 in total, like the 4 legs of a horse running without rest to the last end, without unity. Questions or impressions?
Just I was thinking that even this 444 dam, we can double it and we get this 16, this that we were talking about in the beginning of the class.
Yes, excellent, Felipe. And if we add 0, 0, we get 160, which is the value of 8, 3. But also Cain. Cain of 160. Cain development. Cain 160. This is 100, 10, and 50. Makes it 160. And the root of 16 is 4. Or dam, if we take it. 4 is Daled, and the other 4 is Mem, which is 40. And he killed his brother Abel, and God told him, the blood of your brother, yes, are coming to me. So you see already in the name comes the potential of killing by the name itself.
His name was blood, right?
Yes, yes. This is why after 7 generations, his dynasty is off. 6 plus 1 is 7, and after 7 generations, all his dynasty, how do you say, they cease to exist. There is no continuity in killing. This is also from this kind of mathematics. We have the law of Shemitah, meaning 6 years. We are cultivating the land 6 years. And in the 7th year, meaning this is 6 plus 1, we're letting the land rest. And 7 cycles of those rest sessions, we have 49 plus 1, the unifying Aleph, this is 50, and we have a cycle of Jubilee. The source of this thinking, the law of Shemitah, the law of Jubilee, Moses brought with him from the mountain. We have the 10 Commandments. This is the title of love. And from the title of 10 Commandments, we have like sub-branches. Ve'ele mishpatim, and those are, you remember, Jill, you read yesterday?
Yes.
Yes. And from this title, from the 10 Commandments, we go to Ve'ele mishpatim, like the detail. And one of the details, law, in this portion that we read yesterday is the law of Jubilee. Shemitah. Shemitah is to let the ground rest. Shemitah. Shemitah. Drop the tools. Let the land rest. Let yourself rest. Not everything is to show us that not everything is dependent on our activity. There's infinite love that will grow fruit even in the 7th year when we don't cultivate the land. Because the fruit of the land is not dependent on our actions, and this is hard for us to accept. But by resting in the seventh year, we can see who or how everything works without our interference. And in a way, this notion grants us with a sense there's higher infinite force than ourselves, and this is a great acknowledgement. Questions? If there aren't any questions for the moment, I would like to thank you for participating in the session today and to wish you a wonderful week and good weather and good mood and optimism and recovery. And we can listen to you and hear you tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you, Etty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Shalom.
Shalom,
Thank you,
shalom.
Eti. Thank you, my friends. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.